This cardboard versus biochar test destroyed everything I thought I knew about soil. There are moments in gardening when everything you believe quietly falls apart. For years I thought I understood soil, feed it compost, protect it with mulch, add organic matter. Let nature do the rest. But one simple experiment, cardboard versus biochar, forced me to rethink everything, and what happened beneath the surface changed the way I will grow food forever. Picture two identical raised beds, same soil, same sunlight, same watering schedule. Into the first bed, we lay down thick brown cardboard sheets, plain, unprinted, soaked and layered carefully. The goal? Suppress weeds and improve soil structure as it breaks down. In the second bed, we mix in charged biochar, charcoal that has been inoculated with compost tea and nutrients to prevent it from stealing nitrogen. Both beds are planted with bright green lettuce seedlings, glossy tomato plants, heavy with flower clusters, and sturdy pepper plants with thick stems. 2 methods, 1 season, 1 truth, waiting underground. At first glance, cardboard seems humble, ordinary, almost too simple, but beneath the soil, something begins. The cardboard forms a temporary barrier. It blocks light, suppresses weeds, and traps moisture. Earthworms gather beneath it, feeding on softened fibers. Fungi begin to thread through its layers. Within weeks, soil beneath the cardboard feels darker, cooler, moist. But there's a catch. The decomposition process demands nitrogen. Microbes breaking down carbon-rich cardboard pull nitrogen from the surrounding soil. And plants, especially hungry tomatoes, begin to show subtle pale leaves. The lettuce grows, but not explosively. The tomatoes flower, but hesitantly. The soil smells alive, earthy, fungal. But growth feels restrained. Cardboard feeds soil life, but it feeds it slowly. Now we turn to the biochar bed, jet black particles mixed evenly into the soil, porous, lightweight, almost like volcanic stone. But biochar is not fertilizer, it is structure. Under magnification, each piece resembles a honeycomb, microscopic cavities capable of holding water, nutrients, and microbial colonies. Because it was pre-charged with compost nutrients before planting, it does not rob nitrogen. Instead, it becomes a storage vault. Within weeks, the difference is visible. Tomato stems thicken, leaves darken to a deep emerald. Pepper plants push upward with vigor. Lettuce heads swell faster and tighter. The soil feels different too. It is crumbly, aerated, moist, but never soggy. Where cardboard nurtures surface life, biochar transforms the architecture of the soil itself. So, 6 weeks in, the contrast becomes, undeniable. In the cardboard bed, there are fewer weeds, which is nice. There's good moisture retention and a strong fungal presence. But, plant growth is just moderate. Now in the biochar bed, things are different. There are explosive root systems, faster flowering, heavier fruit set, and noticeably thicker stems. When one tomato plant is gently uprooted for inspection, the root ball really tells the story. In the cardboard bed, roots spread out normally, but they're kinda shallow. In the biochar bed though, the roots dive deeper. Finer feeder roots actually cling to biochar particles, almost like cities built around wells. It's not just about growth, it's about resilience. Why did this happen? Well, cardboard is primarily carbon. It feeds decomposers and it improves soil gradually as it breaks down. But honestly, it is temporary. Once it's decomposed, its structure just vanishes. Now, biochar, on the other hand, is carbon that has been pyrolyzed, basically heated without oxygen. Its structure doesn't break down easily at all. It can actually remain stable in soil for decades, even centuries. It increases things like cation exchange capacity, which means better nutrient retention, water holding ability, microbial habitat stability, and soil aeration. So cardboard is a meal, biochar is infrastructure. And, infrastructure changes everything. At harvest time, the difference becomes measurable. Tomatoes in the biochar bed are larger and more numerous. Peppers are thicker walled, lettuce heads are heavier and more compact. The cardboard bed performs respectably, especially when it comes to weed control and moisture retention. But honestly, yields are consistently lower. The real surprise? Drought tolerance. When watering is reduced a bit for testing, the biochar bed maintains plant vigor longer, leaves stay upright, fruit doesn't drop prematurely. The cardboard bed starts to show stress first. This was not subtle. It was decisive. The lesson here is not that cardboard is bad, it actually has powerful uses: weed suppression, sheet mulching, soil building in new beds, composting, but it is transitional. Biochar, when properly prepared and inoculated, builds long-term soil resilience. It doesn't replace compost. It amplifies it. The real breakthrough came when compost was later added to both beds. In the biochar soil, compost seemed to last longer. Nutrients didn't leach away as quickly after heavy rain. It was almost like the soil had gained memory. One critical detail nearly ruined the experiment though. Uncharged biochar can temporarily lock up nutrients, especially nitrogen. If you mix it directly into soil without pre-soaking in compost tea, manure, or fertilizer, plants can suffer. Preparation is everything. Biochar must be soaked, allowed to absorb nutrients before entering the soil ecosystem. Once charged, it becomes a host rather than a thief. So which one wins? Honestly, it depends on your goal. If you want immediate weed control and slow organic enrichment, cardboard is a practical, accessible tool. But if you want long-term soil structure, stronger root systems, and increased yields, biochar really changes the game. But here's the true revelation: they're not enemies. The most powerful system might actually be both: cardboard on the surface as mulch, biochar in the root zone as architecture, compost as the living bridge between them. Soil is not dirt. It's a living, breathing ecosystem, and in small structural decisions echo for seasons. What destroyed everything I thought I knew about soil wasn't just yield numbers. It was realizing that soil health isn't only about feeding life, it's about building habitat. Cardboard feeds the workforce, biochar builds the city. And when you understand that, you stop treating soil as something you grow in, and start treating it as something you grow with.